How to stay fit in consulting if you work for firms like McKinsey, BCG or Bain. In this video, I will show you how. Hi, my name is Johannes Niari. I'm a project manager in strategy consulting, and on this channel I want to help you to learn the necessary skills that you need for your first years in consulting. And today we have such an important topic. We talk about health and fitness in consulting. There is a huge problem that almost every consultant faces. So once they join the consulting industry, and this certainly happened to me as well, once you join the consulting industry, you only have a couple of weeks, or in some cases a couple of months, but it is almost for certain that you will gain some weight. And this certainly happened to me as well. I remember before I joined the consulting industry, I did a lot of sports. I did a lot of running. I even did half marathons and marathons. But once I joined the consulting industry, my entire fitness plan was a mess. And the reason for that is the following. Once you join consulting, your lifestyle, changes completely. You travel a lot, you have very long working hours, and very often on the weekend, you don't really have the energy to do sports, to take care of your nutrition or something like that. So it's almost for certain. And, I always say, if I have new colleagues or new interns, I always say, really you have to take care because in only a few weeks you will gain some weight if you don't take concrete measures against it. And I was in a situation as well. So after I think 1 year, I gained about 5 kilograms of fat, and this really annoyed me because I wanted to feel good. I wanted to look good as well. And also I think having a good body, being happy with your own body, this kind of gives you the self-confidence that you also need in your job in front of the client, because you have the feeling and that you just look good. So it was very important for me to fix that again. And I said to myself, okay, how can I do that? Then I think it was about 2 years ago, I really made the decision that I want to make the fitness a focus topic in my life again. And I took some measures. So I went to a fitness coach. I, set up a bet with my friends to create more accountability. I took care about nutrition. I read a lot of books about health, and I really tried within 1 year to transform my body and to get healthy again. And it actually worked. Within only 1 year, I was able to lose 5 kilograms of fat and to gain 10 kilograms of muscle mass. And this really helped me, and this showed me and it taught me a couple of techniques and levers that I could use in order to build muscle, to lose fat while I was working in consulting. And the thing is that this is not very easy, because for me it was always very difficult to find advice and to find the techniques that would help in my personal situation. Because if you Google, or if you take a look at YouTube, and if you just search for fitness tips, they all say how you do the perfect workout, how you have the perfect nutrition. But it always was not very applicable to me, because the consulting lifestyle is so special with all of the traveling, the long working hours at the different locations and so on, that almost none of these techniques that the normal fitness coaches taught me really applied, and that they didn't really help me. So I tried to get some professional help, and those guys at the fitness studio, my personal trainer, they helped me a lot to develop some certain techniques. And over the years, I figured out what really works. What I want to do today is to show my 4 tips that help me still today to keep my health on a level how I want it to be. And those 4 tips will certainly help you to lose fat and to gain muscle if you work in consulting. So let's start directly with it. So tip number 1 that I want to share with you is that you have to set concrete goals for yourself, and that you also have to create accountability, and that you have to set up systems that help you to implement your strategy. What do I mean by that? If you want to change something with your body, then you have to set a very, very clear goal. You have to say, I want to lose a certain amount of fat, or I want to gain a certain amount of muscle. It's not good to just say, okay, I want to look better. Okay, this doesn't help you. You want to be as concrete as possible. And also the next step is very important, because believe me, your job in consulting is so demanding. It's so tiring. You have to work a lot of hours. Your lifestyle is very, very difficult. So you will not have the kind of discipline that you need in order to, go to the gym every day, to have the right nutrition and so on. So I think it's really important to create accountability as well, and to build a certain system that forces you to do the things you need to do. So So what I did back then was that I hired a personal trainer, because this personal trainer, he forced me to go to the gym because I had an appointment and I didn't want to miss that, of course. Also, I had a bet with my friends where I said, I commit to a certain goal within 12 months. And this also created this kind of accountability that forced me to take action, because I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of my friends. You don't have to hire a personal trainer or do this kind of bets, but for example, you find a training group, maybe you find a training program, or just a training buddy, where you have someone that or who can create this accountability for you, to just force you to do the things, even though you don't have the self-discipline on the weekends because you're so tired to go to the gym. So this is my first tip for you. So really try to set a clear goal, create accountability, and set up a system that forces you to do the things that you need to do in order to change your body. Tip number 2 that I want to share with you is that you fix your diet. And if it comes to sport, and if it comes to your body, and if it comes to health, most people always think about doing sports and doing workouts. But what I experienced was that the nutrition part, the diet part, is is much more important than the workout and the exercise plan. The reason for that is that first of all, most people want to lose fat, and there's a saying that where you say you lose fat in the kitchen and you build muscle in the gym, and that's really true. So I would always try first to lose some fat, because most people in consulting have the issue that they gained a couple of pounds too much and they want to lose fat first because they want to build and shape their body with muscle mass. So my recommendation is to fix your diet first, and it's really not that difficult as it sounds. The difficulty comes from the traveling lifestyle that we have in consulting. So we travel a lot, you eat very often at the client's cafeteria, at the airport, or somewhere in between because you're traveling. And very often you choose unhealthy options. But you don't have to count calories and have a detailed nutrition plan to lose fat. The important thing, in my opinion, is just to avoid the worst things, just to or use some very simple techniques like avoiding sugar, avoiding carbs in the morning, like doing some intermittent fasting, something like that. Okay, so there are some very easy fixes that you can apply in order to kind of stay healthy and kind of have a healthy diet based on the Pareto principle. Okay, and this is really the second tip that I can give you, that you focus at the beginning on the diet, that you fix that first, and there you don't have to have a complex nutrition plan. Just inform yourself what is good, what is not good, what supports your goal, and then try to implement certain quick fixes that will help you based on a 20-80 principle, to avoid the worst food and to choose the best food that help you with your goals. Then tip number 3 that I can give to you is that you fix your exercise routine, and that you create a exercise routine, because I think it's not that important what you do, what kind of exercise program you choose, because there are people who say you have to do body weight, you have to do weightlifting, you have to do cardio. I think this is not as important as just creating the routine, and this is the main point, really getting the most out of your time. Because I see very often people in the gym just hanging around, doing some exercises, doing some reps, without really having this intensity. But you cannot do that if you work in consulting, because your hours are too precious. The free time that you have is very limited. It's mostly either in the morning or in the evening or on the weekend, and then you have to get the most out of every single hour. And this is really a tip that I can give to you, that if you go to the gym, that you try to create this kind of intensity, that one workout is really really kicks in and really helps you to shock your body in order to develop this muscle that you want, or in order to lose that fat. And the way you do that is maybe that you find a right training program for you, that you find a training buddy that really forces you to go this extra mile, to add this kind of extra intensity. Of course, this makes it a bit harder, but believe me, the results, they will be much better than you expect. So this is point number 3. And point number 4, last but not least, is that you also take care of relaxing, of taking breaks. Because what I experienced is, it's very easy to lose some fat if you have, a couple of pounds too much. But if, the margins get thinner, then, what the body does is, the body tries to figure out how much stress you have. And if you have a lot of stress, then it's really hard, to lose this extra amount of fat that you maybe want to lose in order to get a six-pack or whatsoever. So what I learned is that the body is really much more able to build muscle or to lose fat if you also give the body some time to relax, some time to recover. And I really made it a focus to every Saturday to go to this bar, to take 3 hours just to relax. Also try to get enough sleep, and I try to do some meditation if I feel really stressed out, because this reduces the stress level in my body. And of course this helps me, or helps the body to recover, and then to build the muscle that you want, or to lose that fat. And as in consulting, we have a very stressy week, we have a very stressy lifestyle. So this is really something that I discovered as well, that is kind of the time for recovery is also very, very important if you want to increase your health level, increase your fitness level, if you work in consulting. So those are the 4 tips that I can give to you based on my own experience. Of course, if you have more tips, then please leave it in the comments below. And one thing I want to ask you is the following. So I have a personal trainer, and we had a discussion about creating a tailored fitness program, an online fitness program for consultants, where we have a training plan, nutrition plan, and maybe also do some very affordable online sessions in the morning or in the evening, where consultants can join and do workouts together. Because I think the lifestyle of consultants is so unique that you need a kind of special program for that. So if you're interested in that, then please leave it in the comments below, just to get some feedback. And if there is some positive feedback, then we will think about launching it. So with that being said, I hope you have a successful week. Talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye, Johannes.